The Alternative Dig Talk. Real issues, real talk.
At first, we hit your gadgets with our state-of-the-art digitalized mobile studio with the debate on the road behind the wheels. Later, we launched our magnificent studios located on Plot 1A, Sawagude Close, Lukulinanganda, Machindye, Kampala, where we bring to you our must-watch shows like The Mighty Drive, Monday to Friday, 8 a.m., Hotline, Mondays, 7 p.m. As for legal matters, Twins at Bar, Tuesdays, 11 a.m. Wednesdays, 6 p.m. is Afro-Caribbean Link, where we connect Africa with the Caribbean. Voltage on Thursdays, 7 p.m., featuring a youthful panel. Interface with Dr. Kiza Besije every Friday, 12 p.m. with his call to action against injustices. Snap Talk, Saturdays, 6 p.m. with the trio. A must-watch, The Political Dice, Sundays, 8 p.m. with the duo that never stammers, and so much more. Watch us live on all our social media platforms. We are The Alternative Digitalk. Real issues, real talk.
The Alternative Dig Talk. Real issues, real talk.
Weewaawo kadde ka program ya Mighty Drive nkubuuzaako nawe osinzidde okubanga otulaba. Nze omumbejja Luwedde Lilian era nga nkwaniriza nnyo amakya g'olunaku olwaleero lunaku lwakuna ennaku z'omwezi tubala 17 tuli mu mwezi ogwa October oba muyite mukulu kusabitongotongo mwaka 2024. Kulamusaako gwe twegaseeko ku Facebook ku page zaffe The Alternative Uganda ne YouTube channel yaffe eya The Alternative Uganda. Nsaba busabi o subscribing ate like ngene pages zaffe ku platforms wonna we tuli ku Instagram osobola tusangako nga The Alternative Uganda ku ate bw'oba ogenze ku X nako kwetuli nnyo ng'era The Alternative Uganda. So osobola okubanga otusangayo ne ku TikTok nayo kwetuli, so ne tusobola okubeera nga ate tushambulira wamu walaba bu clips obwo nga butambula munnange nammwe abakikola omulimu mwebale nnyo mwebalire ddala. Ngenda kubanga ate nkuwa updates zaffe then oluvannyuma tube nga twegattibwako abagenyi baffe oba abagenyi bange ab'olunaku olwaleero okuli omukulu Ndyamwesiga Desire ono student climate activist era nga ali wansi w'ekisinde kya Movement of Students Against East African Crude Oil Pipeline oba GT EACOP. Okonno tujja kuba twegattibwako n'omwami omulala amanyiddwa nga Katiiti mukulu ono munnamawulire naye nga akyasoma ate ng'era climate activist at African Initiative on Food Security and Environment oba giyite AIFE. Olunaku olwaleero tugenda kuba tutunuulira munnange ensonga za EACOP nga bwe tulaba magoba ge tuba tukulembeza nnyo okusinga okuuma ate planet kwe tuli, ensonga za butonde bwansi ze tugenda okuba nga ate tutambulirako olunaku olwaleero. So osobola okubeera kitundu ku discussion ng'okozesa platforms ezaffe nga bwenze kugambye waggulu. Njagala nkuyitiremukko ku ebyo ebikoze amawulire ate naawe osobola okuba nga obitegeera abagenyi baffe banaatwegattirako weewaawo nga discussion ate etandikirawo. Ngenda kuba nga ntandika n'akulira oludda oluwabula gavumenti mu Parliament awo nno nga amanyiddwa nga omukulu Joel Ssennyonyi. Olunaku olw'eggulo yabadde Parliament ak'amateeka yabadde awerekeddwako ababaka ab'enjawulo. Nalabyeko omubaka Namugga Goreth, nalabyeko omubaka Nabagabe Angela Kalule, then n'ababaka abalala ab'enjawulo abagenze maaso n'okubanga bamuwerekerako. Era nneeno yabadde agenze kubanga ayogera ku bbago erirambika entambula oba enkola y'emirimu mu Parliament. Mubaka Richard Lumuje yatebolinga gye buvuddeko era nga nno munnange yagenze maaso n'okubanga ate ali agamba nti munnange ebbago lino teryetaagisa. Era n'alabula n'omubaka Richard Lumu ng'amugamba nti munnange abamuwagira ku kiteeso kino oba ekyennongoosereza zino mu mateeka ate agafuga oba agalungamya enzirukanya n'emirimu mu Parliament bajja kuba nno munnange bagenda kubanga banafuya abali ku ludda oluwabula gavumenti oba oluvuganya era n'asaba munnange nno zino ennongosereza zibaleeta yali badde nga azeesonyiwa n'agamba munnaye tosobola kuleeta bbago ng'olina gw'olwanyisa nti bwe lulituuka nga naye yali mu siiti ye yalimanya nti kye yaleeta oboolyawo tekyali kirungi n'agamba nti munnange ekyokuba akalulu kwakuli oludda oluvuganya government mu parliament yagambye nti munnange kigenda kubanga kireetawo okuvuganya mu bali ku ludda oluvuganya gavumenti ng'agamba nti ebiseera ebisinga bajja kubimalira nnyo mu kuvuganya kulaba ani alina ababaka abangi kale nga kino kiyinza okuba nga ate kireetawo obuzibu so ebyo nno bwatyo bwe yabyogedde naye nga munnange lino ebbago munnange aba ennongosereza mu mateeka galungamya entambula y'emirimu mu parliament mukulu Richard Lumu gy'atembeeta ebiro bino n'aba NRM bwe baali mu kakiiko kano ak'ebyamateeka ka parliament nabo bagenda mu maaso n'okuba nga bategeeza nga ebbago lino oba olyawo bwe lityetaagisa nga lijja kuttattanya enfuga eya demokrasiya kale nabo ne bagenda mu maaso n'okuba nga balisimbira ekkuuli weewaawo abakulembeze okuva mu bibiina ebyenjawulo eby'ebyobufuzi wano mu ggwanga Uganda bagenze nga balabika mu kakiiko ka parliament ak'ebyamateeka nabo okwongera okuttaanya still ku nnongosereza zino omukulu Richard Lumu zaateesa okulaba nti munnange baleeta mu kulungamya entambuza y'emirimu mu parliament era nga basinga bagamba nti teryetaagisa abalala nga bagamba nti omubaka lumu weewaawo ayinza okuba nga oba olyawo yeenoonyeza ebyo nno bwe bityo bwe bikyali naye ffe tujja kweyongera okubatuusaako yonna gye binaaba biggweredde ate oyongera okubitegeera naye nno mu buufu bwe bumu waliwo abalonzi mu kitundu ekya Mityana South eno nno nga omubaka w'ekitundu ekyo ye Richard Lumu munnange bagamba nti yeesuuliddeyo ogwa naggamba bwe kituuka ku nsonga ate ezibaluma olwo nno ate nadda mu kutembeeta ebbago lye bagamba nti terina we likoseza ggwanga weewaawo nno bano bagenze mu maaso n'okuba nga beemulugunya nga bagamba nti omubaka waabwe abasuuliridde nnyo ku nsonga ezibaluma naye ng'ate bamulaba alina emirimu gy'agenda mu maaso n'okuba nga akola mu paalamenti bano nno bagenze mu maaso ate n'okuba nga bagombebwamu obwa era nno munnange bano babadde bagamba nti omubaka waabwe Lumu ate okubeekweka ne basigalira kumulabira ku mawulire kaakano nno munnange si kirungi kyokka nga ekitundu kye oba ekitundu kyakiikirira munnange ebizibu ebiriyo bingi nnyo ate nga tannaba kubanga abikolako so bwe batyo bwe bagenze mu maaso n'okuba nga beemulugunya ku ngeri ate omubaka ono gye bamulaba gyakolamu emirimu mu parliament naye nga ate bo abatuuze bakiikirira kale nno munnange ensonga zaabwe tezinnaba kubanga zikolwako eryo eggulire njagala nsooke ndiwummulizaawo nveewo nno ŋŋende ate eri munnange eyali akulira ekitongole KCCA omukyala Dorothy Kisaka omumyuka we David Luyimbazi okunnokussa aneyali akulira ebyobulamu Dr. Daniel Okero olunaku olw'eggulo babadde ku kitongole ekinoonyereza ku bumenyi bw'amateeka nno munnange ne babanga bakunyizibwa ku nsonga z'ekiteezi na butya bwe zaakwatibwamu bano babaddewo era nga mu ndeeyo tewaadde tewakkirizibwayo bannamawulire nga bagamba nti bayinza okuttattanya oba olyawo enkola y'emirimu naye nno munnange okukunyizibwa kwabwe kuno we kwaggweredde ng'ate basindikiddwa mu mbuzi ekogga bano nno ensonga oba olyawo ezabaleeteddwa okuba nga basibwa ziva ku kubumbuluka oba ku kuyiguluka kwa kasasiro ekiteezi okwafiiramu abantu abawerera ddala 35 weewaawo nga waliwo n'abalala abavaawo n'ebisago bino nno bimaze kati emyezi biri bukyanga bibaawo naye nga munnange omukulembeze w'eggwanga General Yoweri Kaguta Museveni yagenda maaso n'okuba nga afulumya ebbaluwa ate efuumuula bano ku bifo by'obukulembeze bye baaliko era n'asaba n'okuba nti bagenda kubanga banoonyerezebwako alipoota IGG gye yakola oba olyawo yayongera ate okulambika munnange obulagajjavu obwaliwo oba obwaviirako ate embeera eno okuba nga ebeerawo so bano bwe batonda olunaku olweggulo bwe bamaliriza nga batwaliddwa mu mbuzi ekogga ate Kira Division Police then ne police ate eyennateete era ng'eno ye watwaliddwa omukulu Daniel Okero ate n'omukulu David Luyimbazi. So bano era ensonga zaabwe bwe zito bwe zikyagenda mu maaso. Naye nno munnange ng'abo nsose ne mbateeka ku bbali bo abantu abakyawangalira ekitereezi okuliraana awaali enjega. Bano nno munnange beba bali Irusanja awabuutikirwa kasasiro bo bakyalemedde mu mayumba gaabwe nga bagamba nti munnange ebyokuvaawo si bye baliko wabula abakulu ate mu KCCA balina okubanga kasasiro oyo bamuseeteeza okwewala ate ebiyinza okuddirira. Bano bagenze maaso nga bagamba nti munnange minisita Kyofa Togabye ali mu kubagamba okuva ate mu mayumba gaabwe boolyawo ge babaddemu okumala banga lwaki tebakola ku nsonga z'okuseeteeza kasasiro mu kifo ky'okubagobawo ng'ate nno munnange ne ssente ze bagamba okubawa nti ssente ntono nnyo kubanga baamuka amayumba ago. Bano nno bakyasimbidde kuuli ensonga y'okuba nti bagobwa we babadde babeera era nga bagamba nti bo tebalina we bagenda oba tebalina we balaga nga bwano nno gakyali maka gaabwe. Naye nti bwe banaaba bazze nga baleese ate oba oyo agenda okubanga yeekenneenya ensimbi eziyinza okuva mu mayumba gaabwe kale nno munnaye bajja kusobola okuba nti bakkirizibwa okuliyirirwa ate basobole okuba nga bano nyebirane baga nti waliwo omuntu eyabagambye nti bwe mbanga mugaaniddewo waneno wakiri mugende mu benganda mubeereeyo nga baga nti tebasobola kubanga basuzibwa ate nga bayina amaka gaabwe. So munnange government nayo yagenze maaso n'okubanga etegeeza nti ekyokubaliyirira munnange ensonga eno ekyagiriko nnyo newankubadde nga emisoso egimu kugiyitwamu okubaliyirira ate oba olyawo gye gikyabalwisiza naye ng'ensonga eno egenda kubanga ekolwako. Bino byakakasibwa State Minister wa Disaster Preparedness Lilian bwe yalinga ayogerako n'abantu bano. Abo nvuddewo nayongeddeyo mugulire ddala ekibiina NUP ate nno munnange nabo bagenze maaso n'okubanga bavaamu omwasi nga basambajja oba olyawo ebirowoozebwa nti kyandibanga beenyigidde mu nteeseganya ne gavumenti okukkirizisa abantu baabwe emisango egyabaggulwako weewaawo nno bano basobole okubanga ate bateebwa. Bano abawerera ddala nno oba abasukka mu 10 be bagenze maaso n'okubanga bakkiriza emisango bwe babadde mu kkooti ey'amagye ku ntandikwa ya Sabbiiti eno nga newankubadde 9 ku bo bakyagaanya okukkiriza emisango gino nno munnange bano bo bakyagenda maaso n'okubanga ate emisango gyabwe gikyawulirwa. Ateekerateekera ekibiina ekyo omukulu David Lewis Lubongoya yagambye nti munnange ekyokusirika ku nsonga eno tekitegeeza nti ebigenda maaso tebabiraba. Nno munnange n'agamba nti bino bizze nga bikolebwa ku bantu ab'enjawulo nga babakako okubanga bakkiriza emisango kale basobole okubanga basobole okubanga basonyiibwa oba olyawo naye nga nno munnange agamba nti abantu bano bakyali nabo bakyali bantu baabwe family zaabwe bakyagenda maaso n'okubanga bazirabirira weewaawo n'abaana baabwe okubanga babayambako. So n'agamba nti munnange bano bakyali bantu baabwe naye nno munnange n'agamba nti bino bikozeseddwa nnyo gavumenti okulaba nga ate bongera okubanafuya. Weewaawo nno ye minisita w'abavubuka n'abaana Balaam Barugahara yagenze maaso n'okubanga ategeeza nti ayagala kusinkana bakulembeze b'ekibiina ki NUP okulaba nga ate boogera ku nsonga ez'enjawulo ng'okusingira ddala ensonga y'abantu baabwe abali mu makomera. Munnange nga omukulu ono Balamu agamba nti engeri gy'ali minisita w'abavubuka ate nga NUP kibiina eky'abavubuka weewaawo nno ye muntu asaanidde okulaba nti ayogerezeganya nabo. Onaze nga vaayo enfunda eziwera ng'ayogera ku bantu abakwatibwa olw'ensonga z'ebyo bannabyobufuzi okusingira ddala abava mu kibiina kya NUP nga ntumira yajja kukola butaweera okulaba nti bano bateebwa kubanga bakyali bavubuka ate era bwe banaaba bateereddwa mbu bajja kubanga batwalibwa okubudaabudibwa weewaawo n'okubategeeza okubanga beenyigira mu nteekateeka za gavumenti ez'okuyamba bannayuganda okwejja ate mu bwavu. So eryo eggulire njagala ndiwummulizaawo neeyongereyo ate munnange n'abantu abagenze maaso n'okubanga beeyiwa ku kkanisa ya St. Mark Namate okusabira omwoyo gw'omugenzi abadde omulabirizi eyawummula balagadde Ssekkadde ng'ono nno yavudde mu bulamu bw'ensi eno ate kire kyakeesa olunaku olwa Tuesday. Bannaddiini bannabyabufuzi okunnokosa ne famire y'omugenzi nabo nno munnange babaddewo nnyo ate mu kusabira omwoyo gw'omugenzi munnange balagadde era ne bamusiima olw'emirimu emirungi gy'akoze naye nga mu bonna ensonga gy'abadde basinga okuteekako essira kwe kuba nti abadde ayagala nnyo Katonda kale weewaawo n'ensonga y'okubuulira enjiri abadde agikwasisa maanyi ne bagamba nti munaye bagenda kubanga bamusubwa nnyo olw'ebyo ebirungi byakoze weewaawo nabyo ne bisobola okubanga byogerwako. Awo nno nvuddewo nayogereyo mugulire ddala bo bannamateeka weewaawo n'abalwanirizi b'eddembe ly'ebisolo okunnokosa n'ebinyonyi bagenze maaso n'okubanga bateeka akulira ekitongole ekivunaanyizibwa ku kibuga Kampala weewaawo bannyonnyole lwaki bassa ebinyonyi ebibeera ku miti gy'omu kibuga Kampala bwe baali bagitema. Nno munnange munnamateeka Asmani Matovu abantu ekitongole ekirinya ekibuga Kampala kiyite ki KCCA kyatoobodde eddembe ly'ebinyonyi bino era munnange wano abavunaanyizibwa ku bisolo ate eby'omu nsiko okuva mu kitongole ki Uganda Wildlife Authority nabo bwe batyo bwe bagenze maaso n'okubanga batangaaza emiti nno egy'omu kibuga Kampala egisinga gyagenda maaso n'okubanga gitemebwa naye ng'emiti gino gibadde nga gituulako oba oliawo ebinyonyi abamu bye bayita bikalooli nga bibadde nga bibujjaaliraawo naye nno nange emiti gino bwe gyatemeddwa n'ebinyonyi ebyo ebimu byagenze mu maaso n'okubanga ate nabyo bittibwa. So eryo eggulire nalyo njagala ndiwummulizaawo neeyongereyo ku mu ggwanga erya Kenya eri amyuka president wa Kenya Rigathi Gachagua munnange nno yeganye emisango 11 ate ababaka ba parliament ento gye beesingako okubanga bamugjamu obwesige. Ono yabadde mu parliament ekulu etudde olunaku olw'eggulo okusala eggoye ku nsonga ye ey'okuggyibwamu obwesige. Gachagua agamba nti ababaka ba parliament bamunaabira mu maaso nga bamulanga obulyake okwogera ebigambo ebyawulayawula mu bantu okuyisa amaaso mu mukama we era nga president w'eggwanga eryo William Ruto okunnokosa ate n'ensonga endala mpitirivu nnyo naye ng'ono yagenze maaso n'okubanga abyegaana. Ensonga y'okumugjamu obwesige ebadde mu parliament eya Kenya ento era nga we twawunzekera sabbiiti ewedde ng'ono nno munnange ensonga z'okumwimpikinga zimaze okubanga ate ziteekebwamu omulaka ogw'amaanyi. So nabanga yo parliament ento yamugjamu obwesige newankubadde nga tukyalinze okumanya ki ekisaliddwawo ekyenkomeredde tukyayongera okubanga tukutuusaako ensonga ezo. Tugenda mu kuwummulamuko katono nnyo bwe tukomawo Mighty Drive egenda kubanga yeeyongerayo nga neegattibwako abagenyi bange ab'olunaku olwaleero. Good morning.
The Alternative Dig Talk. Real issues, real talk.
At first, we hit your gadgets with our state-of-the-art digitalized mobile studio with the debate on the road behind the wheels. Later, we launched our magnificent studios located on Plot 1A, Sawagude Close, Lukulinanganda, Machindye, Kampala, where we bring to you our must-watch shows like The Mighty Drive, Monday to Friday, 8 a.m., Hotline, Mondays, 7 p.m. As for legal matters, Twins at Bar, Tuesdays, 11 a.m. Wednesdays, 6 p.m. is Afro-Caribbean Link. where we connect Africa with the Caribbean. Voltage on Thursdays, 7 p.m., featuring a youthful panel. Interface with Dr. Kiza Besije every Friday, 12 p.m., with his call to action against injustices. Snap Talk, Saturdays, 6 p.m., with the trio. A must-watch, The Political Dice, Sundays, 8 p.m., with the duo that never stammers, and so much more. Watch us live on all our social media platforms. We are the Alternative Digitalk. Real issues, real talk.
But at the church,
Tawali man, what's up?
Man, can you imagine people just dump everywhere? Someone drinks water and throws the bottle wherever.
Come on, Rogers. What else do you expect people to do with an empty bottle?
Simanya now, recorder. Do you know that plastics take at least 450 years to decompose?
What? That's a long time.
Exactly. Because plastics are made out of a lightweight and flexible material that doesn't decompose easily. And plastics everywhere in the environment cause plastic pollution.
What is plastic pollution now?
It is the accumulation of plastic waste in the environment, like bottles, polythene bags, straws. All of these contribute to plastic pollution.
I have been using them without knowing their effect.
Yeah, a lot of people have. Plastics are a danger to the ecosystem, both on land and in water.
So how can we overcome this problem? Is there something we can do?
Oh yes, we can reduce by minimizing the use of plastics, reuse by repurposing them, or recycle by collecting and processing them into new products.
Everyone wants to change the world, but no one wants to change themselves for the world.
How about we change our habits for the world?
And it starts with me and you.
This message is brought to you by Alternative Digitalk.
Hi, welcome to the Political Dice.
It's
controversial,
political,
where research,
accurate and global.
Oyagala bya parliament oba council.
Yes, State House oba ghetto.
Ani ayuga ku ground.
Ani gwe babuze.
Okimanyi nga Dr. Kiza Besije alesa amaanyi.
Olwofadda bafutsoli abateesemu obuvaazi.
Oba yo DP eri kuki.
Olwojema.
Bano ba MKCG bo baddawa.
Abo bafuna CDF baamala tebabanja. Olwo baba ate bange bali kuki.
Abo bo akina kulabisa simayanga posturing tebabiri bali mu structure building. Naye ate ono ye.
Ani oyo oba.
Ye ali kuki.
Oyo tumuleketa gamba nyiga mawu.
Ebe ndabena bilindira nokuda Political Dice ku the Alternative Digitalk nange teditenja ewamune.
Farida bikobere
Buli wa Sunday
esawa 2.
The Alternative Digitalk. Real issues, real talk.
Well, good morning. It's still a Mighty Drive. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the second edition of the Mighty Drive. I'm Lilian, so I welcome you once again. Today is morning, 28 minutes past 8 a.m. So we are going to dive into our topical discussion of the day, and then we will be talking about the climate, things to do with climate, and then the East African crude oil pipeline. In the studios, the guests of the day have actually joined me, and that is Ndyamwesiga Desire. He's a student and also a climate activist, but also Katiiti Noah. He's a student journalist and also a climate activist. They're going to be telling us more about what they do and what they stand for before we actually dive into the main topical discussion of the day. So if you want to be part of the show today, you can use our Facebook pages. That is the Alternative Uganda and Digital TV, but also on YouTube at the Alternative Uganda. Just drop in your comments. I'll be reading them before we come to the end of the show. I welcome you on the Mighty Drive. Let me also welcome our guests of the day. I think I'll start with you,
Okay.
Desire?
Yes.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome to the Mighty Drive.
Yeah, it's a pleasure.
Okay, thank you. So say hello to our viewers.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Ndyamwesiga Desire, live here, talking about the climate crisis and about the EACOP. What is EACOP and what the EACOP does to our environment.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Mr. Katiiti,
Yes, please.
you're welcome.
It's my pleasure.
Thank you. Say hello to our viewers.
Good morning, viewers. My name is Akatukunda Katiiti. I'm a climate activist and a student also, a journalist. You can call me a photojournalist. And I work with a climate activist working with a certain organization called IFE. It's my pleasure to be here.
Okay, thank you so much for joining us this morning. I think I'll start with Desire.
Yes.
I'd love to know where this zeal of fighting for climate started. When did it start?
Actually, it started a very long time. It was about like 2021.
Yes.
Yeah, it's when we started. It's when we joined. It's not when we started. It's when we joined also. We found also like
That's when you joined university?
No, not joined the university. It's when I joined this fight for the EACOP.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
In 2021. There were many stakeholders, there were many organizations that have started already fighting about what? EACOP. So it's when we got that urge that we also joined them. As we love our environment,
Okay.
as the activists, we join and we fight for our environment. Yeah.
Okay. As a young person, how was it at the start? Didn't your friends come out and say, no, I think you don't have to engage in that. We can go and do other things. We can go do Chibala and all that.
Actually, it happened.
Yes.
Also, like families, friends, yeah, they also knew about it because we have done very many protests. Yeah, in the space. We are arrested. We are taken to prisons. We are remanded. And people, they have already gave up on us, you know? Like parents knowing that your son is in Rizera protesting about EACOP. The parents don't know even EACOP, what EACOP means.
Yes.
But your son is remanded, he's in a court. Don't know even the court means.
Tamanyi na nsonga lwaki bakusiba.
Yeah, you can't even tell. And even like for us, like students, because for us it was, you know, like a student, we have that move. Like you have your students, like you guys, like they come and tell you that this is this, like EACOP, what, you know, about the environment. We have studied the environment because from the start, from primary. From primary, we have been studying environment, you know. Like environment, started it from P4. We studied it. For me, I even did my geography and the agriculture. I know what it means by environment at A6.
Okay.
Yeah, but I channeled it like at university. Now I'm doing clearing and forwarding, but my main intention is to keep our environment.
Okay. Yeah. So tell me about the movement of students against this East African crude oil pipeline, that is EACOP. Who forms this?
Like students against
the movement
of students against EACOP. First of all, I first salute my commander, Alphonse Nkuruziza, is the founder of it. Then we also organized it, and we said, no, let's also mobilize other students from very many universities, like Chambogo, Makerere, every university. We have there our students. Yeah.
Okay. So that how many people are in this movement?
So there are very many people. There are over 100. Yeah, students against EACOP because we are students.
Okay.
Yeah. Whenever we go on the street, we show our power. We show our presence.
Oh, yes. So Mukolanya street action.
Yes.
So how long has this movement been into existence?
Yeah, it has already taken like 3 years.
3 years.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'll be coming back to you to tell us more of what you guys do and so far what you have been able to do and what you've been able to achieve in the 3 years. Let me come to you, Mr. Noah.
Yes.
Why climate? Why did you come up to fight for climate?
There are several factors. That's why I came to fight for climate. There has been a transition in climate change, I think, from 1990, around the 19th century, and we have had different events of climate and all that, and floods and everything in Bududa, all resulting from human activities. So I took it upon myself to think about it and draw action to the human vices that cause about climate change.
Okay. So what were your findings?
My findings were that human, because we are the biggest predator, if I may quote it that way.
And actually the population is growing day by day.
Yeah, humans we are the biggest predator, so we take it upon ourselves to think that we can think for each and every creature on the planet. And on the other hand also, humans, we happen to take in our interests much more better than what climate, the environment can offer. Yes.
Okay. Kati mwe mwagala tulemesa ffe abagala okubako kye tukola human settlement temujagala.
No, we are very okay with human settlement.
Kati
our cause is EACOP.
Oh.
Yeah, to stop EACOP.
Okay. But also EACOP ine ebirungi byeleeta, however much abamukuma mutunulira nti you're is looking at the bad side of EACOP.
Yes, but the climate side is the bad side because it is a long-term effect. You see, profit can come and go, money can come and go, but climate and environment, if it is distorted, it is very hard to restore. Yes.
Okay. Tutandikira wenyini about the EACOP. For someone who doesn't actually know what EACOP is, what can you tell that person?
EACOP is the East African crude oil pipeline that stretches from Hoima in Uganda to Talinga in Tanzania, and it is 1,443 kilometers. Yeah, it goes through the ground. So we thought of that because you see, EACOP is a coalition. It is a coalition of different civil societies and organizations in favor of climate. Yes. Okay.
So, according to you, what are those things that you look at that we can benefit from this project before we look at the bad ones that you're going to hint about?
Oh, yeah, and repeat the question.
What according to you, what are those good things that you believe that we can get from EACOP? That
the good things,
the benefits as a country.
Actually, not as a country because this is East African. Yes, but if I'm to reflect on the country, I think as Uganda we have already benefited. There has been investment. You see, if a currency is added into a bigger currency, there's always something economically, something changes. And the Ugandan shillings has actually stabilized from the COVID session, from the COVID pandemic.
Because it was losing value.
Yes, it was losing value, but because of EACOP and other investors coming into Uganda, it has somehow stabilized before EACOP, pre-COVID, sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think EACOP has brought in benefits. It has benefits like jobs. It has, yes, it has created some jobs. And it has brought Uganda to the map. We also have oil. We have bigger hopes of. We have bigger hopes of. How should I call it? Of resurrecting our economy through EACOP.
Okay, so tugenda kudda ku the bad side of EACOP there and then. Ngenda kubanga nzijawoko katono nnyo. Desire, kati nzizeewo. What are those good things that you see that we're going to benefit from this oil, or from this project?
Actually, there are very many profits that Uganda is now gaining, not even Uganda, but the whole of East Africa. Like infrastructure development, roads are being constructed for like delivering the what? Delivering carry when they are delivering services
Yes.
to the pipelines. Yeah, roads are being created, but maybe they are being constructed. People have got jobs, but we are not looking after the benefits. Now we are about to the effects.
The effects of this project.
Of these projects, because there are very many people have enjoyed. Yeah, well, they have enjoyed, but for us, we haven't enjoyed anything.
We are going to benefit next year. That is what the president told us.
Yes, the president said it is going over to the project will benefit the country over how many billions, what? For me, I don't want to know. Because I have never even got that kind of money. So.
The countries of Oliao, abasinga ze tulabirako, when we look at Russia, mu nkulakulana yaayo, amafuta gabaddemu. And then for tuzudde amafuta mu Uganda, ate mwe mwagalaga project eyimirire?
No, like in long time before even finding that we have oil in Uganda. Haven't we been using like this? Haven't we been using the oil from other countries? Can't we? They call it import or export. Can't we import it from other countries?
We are going to be exporters.
We are
going to export this oil.
Yes, to other countries.
To get money.
To get money.
Yes, to run the country.
No, even not to get money, but we are going to export it to other countries. They process it, then they bring it what?
They bring it back.
Yes.
Get it clean.
Yes, when it is clean. But long time we have been getting clean what? Oil from other countries.
Nanti kati gali amawanga, they are now switching. Nti okuva ku mafuta ate okudda ku nkola oba oli awo etakozesa mafuta. Protecting our environment.
Yes. We can also
but they've benefited already.
But
nga bayita mu mafuta.
Yeah, but right now also in Uganda we can also use that. We can also
tusobola okujjawo gana amafuta.
Yes.
Nga tetugajjeemu ssente.
Yes. We are keeping our environment clean. Yes.
Okay.
For us, we don't want to know the benefits. What people have already benefited.
Yeah.
Yes.
The Ugandans who are still actually benefiting, who are actually going to benefit from this project. Kati bo mwagala bafiirwe emirimu.
Ate, let me ask you. What have they been? What have they been doing before the project? Can they go back to their normal jobs?
Is it possible to go back eri gye baava abamu abaali batalina kye bakola completely ne baba nga bafunye opportunity and then now we want to take away their opportunity?
But there are many opportunities in Uganda. Yes.
Okay, I'm going to come back to you later on. Njagala nsooke nzireyoko ewuwo Noah.
Yes.
Tusoosowaze ki when it comes to our country's economic growth? Should we front the climate? Oba tutunulire what we are going to benefit as a country?
Yes, thank you. I don't think what we are going to benefit really matters because there are quite a lot of options. Now, for example, fuel for fossils, we have an alternative of renewable energies. We actually, as EACOP coalition and movement, we advocate for renewable energies. The likes of solar, geothermal, and all that, wind energy. We have quite a lot that can substitute fuels. Yes, that is what we advocate for. However, we also need development. We cannot live without development. Human race has evolved from, I think, the Ice Age is it. And we would also want development, however, in a better way that favors the environment and for future generations to find something. Because now, if you look into the species, considering environment, some species have gone extinct. The likes of dinosaurs, none of us has actually ever seen dinosaurs for 2000.
Aliens.
And aliens, no please. No, please.
Okay.
But what I'm saying is, if you look into the pipeline, it is going to go through a certain, it is going to go through some crucial places like national parks, like water bodies, and if there is any cause of oil spills or maybe something like that, there is going to be a very dangerous extinction that might not be reversed.
Natanema was telling us that this pipeline tegenda kuita water body yona yona igenda kuita enokulukalu. That's what Nema was telling us.
Yes, that is what they say. But if you look on the map, exactly on the map, that is displayed.
Mutusewo ku ground.
Yes, we've been on ground. Yes, we've been on ground.
And nemuzula nti eita mu water body.
In water bodies like swamps, because you see swamps, it is an ecosystem. An ecosystem is a hierarchy, should I call it? From this, you get different organisms, different water bodies, and helping each other to live together. It is just a matter of living together. So now, if that pipeline happens to be passing through the water bodies like swamps, it wouldn't be good, honestly, for the environment and for the species, because that is a habitat for a certain, maybe, let's say, fish and anything that is living there.
And then now you want this project to stop.
Yes, we want to stop and be reviewed for better.
Did you engage any stakeholders in this?
Yeah, of course, we have been engaging the likes of CNOC, Chinese Chinese investment company, the likes of Total. We have engaged NEMA, no, not actually NEMA, it is UNOC, and other shareholders, stakeholders.
Okay.
Yes.
Have you considered also engaging with NEMA to show them the other side of all your Jebatana of
yes, we've written petitions and delivered them, but we haven't gotten any replies.
So that's why you've gone ahead with your campaigns
yes,
of
we
stop
have
EACOP, stop EACOP, stop EACOP.
No, it is not a because the way
the activists that I've seen on the streets, the Babelaba Holdings, they have that message of stop EACOP, stop EACOP, stop EACOP.
Yes. And we shall keep on advocating for stop EACOP until our voices are heard. It is better to keep at home seated when the environment, than it is better to go on the streets than keeping home seated when the environment is being disrupted.
Okay. Let me come back to you, Desire.
Yes.
Who funds you?
No. I'm not being funded. Yeah.
Who funds you to do these things, the protests and everything?
No, leave alone being funded. This move is not funded. Let me tell you. It's you-heartedly knowing that.
Nezuka nengamba akati kino njagala kiyimirire.
Yes.
Oluusi obaako ne force.
No, there's no any force.
As your movement, temulina force yonna yonna bateeka mu sente.
It's about convincing you that tomorrow can we go on the street and we demonstrate about this one? Can we deliver this petition to Chinese embassy? Yes. Yeah. As 10 people, we can deliver a petition.
Okay.
Yeah.
As the movement, Ogambe mubaddewo for 3 years.
Yeah.
What are some of those tangible achievements? Zemusobodde okubanga mutuukako.
Yeah. Like achievements, like Katiiti have told you, we haven't got there are many there are some achievements, but we would have got some achievements when those people are replying.
Bano bem petitioninga.
Like whenever we petition the parliament, they required. Chinese embassy, they required. Total, they required. So we haven't got any message from there. Yeah. They arrest us, they take us to the police, we move out there, they remand us to Zera, we come out from that.
And then you're back on the streets.
Yes. So what should we do?
There might be an invisible hand yeba pushing at we baba siba leero, when you come out tomorrow you're going to go back era baba jail, then neulalira no. There is no invisible hand. No. Ensonga eno ya EACOP bwe tuba tugitunuulidde on the good side nga bw'ogambye nti there are Ugandans who are benefiting right now.
Yeah.
Bibi Chebe, what are those bad things that the government has not focused on naye nga tebiri bukuleetera mu kuvaayo to stop the project?
Yeah, so there are some bad things actually. Like the people who are affected, the people affected and the press, they are called pups. They are called PAPs, yeah? The people, they are called people affected.
Persons.
Persons. Those people were displaced from their what? From their original lands. Yeah, from there.
Last week I was seeing State
Yeah.
Minister Fiona Nyamtoronga ayongera ku addressing this issue of how they've been able to compensate ababadde affected.
There are some people who were not compensated.
Era abamu babazimbidde n'amayumba somewhere.
I haven't got that, and I don't know it. Maybe that is another class. But the people we are fighting for, they were not compensated. The people we are fighting for, they were not given anything. Like there was a court ruling in it was in Masaka.
Yes.
Where the court ruled and they said, whatever is going is found that land is going to be arrested. What? Yeah.
I think it was around 80 people.
80 people.
The court
they are
ruled.
threatening people from their land, original land.
And the people who benefited, abo bo mwabavuza how they got to benefit from okubanti baba compensating, and then these ones are left out. Oba bote mwabatunulya mwatunulya bano bokka.
We had a protest. It was last month. Yes. We called those people from the pubs.
Yes.
We protested with them in Kampala, delivering a petition. So those people are affected. They were not compensated. If you see 80 people, they are coming from Masaka, or they are coming from Chotera, coming to Kampala to deliver a petition. You think that those people were compensated? Yes.
It seems that mutunuliddwa nga mmwe abali okuvuga oba okuteekamu abantu bane force not to even accept the compensation gye babeera babawadde.
Because for us we are activists. Yeah, we are the voice of the voiceless.
Yes.
Yeah, those people from the ground, they don't know what is. They don't know what is taking place. Because for us we are focusing on the future, not on the present day. Like today in the morning we are going to wake up and you take a tea. A cup of tea, but for us we are focusing on what? On the future.
Okay. So
we normally go there, visit those people, we teach them about the environment,
okay.
what? Yeah. Not that we are forcing them that they should not accept what they are going to refund them. No. Those people we are not refunded, we are not given anything.
No, don't accept. Never forwarded this amount of money, don't accept it.
We don't tell them that they don't accept. In actual sense, they were not given.
But the government said it knows there are some people, there are a few, because they were saying that at least 97% of the people babadde bacompensatingidwa era abasigaddewo abatono they also working towards that.
Let me tell you something. I saw like it was on TikTok where President Museveni was addressing those people, compensating them.
Yes.
So there was a woman came on the microphone speak, and he said they are going that the government is going to build for them what? Houses.
Yes.
So Museveni said, President said, I'm going to give them over iron sheets and what, so that they can construct for themselves. And the other one said, they are going to construct for them a house, which is very expensive. One house can take 1 billion what? So the woman said, if the one house can take 1 billion, let's divide that money and you give us what? Let's see, 500. Then for us we start from there. But you think that can work in this Uganda?
Let me come to you, Noah. Lwaki muli kubuzaabuza abantu not to accept the compensation ebaweebwa government?
If I may address your question very properly, I think you are meant to say, however, we are not diverting or maybe coercing anyone into not receiving any down payment or any compensation for their land.
Okay.
You see, a land is a land, and you cannot displace a citizen over something that is not going to benefit them. Yes, that is how I see the view. But if you come into my place, you have to give me what is worth. If you come into my land, you have to give me what is worth that land before I give it to you. However, this time,
And you might tell me that your land is worth this amount of money, but then when I look at it,
it is always the owner to determine, and it has to have a down payment at least before you begin dislocating those people. That is how I think of it. And we are not coercing anyone or forcing anyone not to receive that money, because there hasn't been any money given to those people.
And then the reports that we have that show that people were compensated.
Yes, the reports are there that I had made.
Yes.
But none of the PAPs has been given money. Actually, not none of the PAPs, but most of the PAPs have not been given money, because the government thinks that it has a right to do what it wants just because it has power. Yes.
Okay, let's go in for a short commercial break. When we return, it's going to be the Mighty Drive, and then we have a few minutes to also tackle this topical discussion of the day. Profit or planet? What do we front? So when we come back, the discussion is going to continue from there. It's still the Mighty Drive. You can revert the discussion by putting in your comments. I'm going to be reading them in our second hour. It's still the Mighty Drive. We'll break shortly. Don't go away.
The Alternative Dig Talk. Real issues, real talk.
Go to the church, though.
Tawali man, what's up?
Man, can you imagine people just dump everywhere? Someone drinks water and throws the bottle wherever.
Come on, Rogers. What else do you expect people to do with an empty bottle?
Simanya now, recorder. Do you know that plastics take at least 450 years to decompose?
What? That's a long time.
Exactly. Because plastics are made out of a lightweight and flexible material that doesn't decompose easily. And plastics everywhere in the environment cause plastic pollution.
What is plastic pollution now?
It is the accumulation of plastic waste in the environment, like bottles, polythene bags, straws. All of these contribute to plastic pollution.
I have been using them without knowing their effect.
Yeah, a lot of people have. Plastics are a danger to the ecosystem, both on land and in water.
So how can we overcome this problem? Is there something we can do?
Oh yes, we can reduce by minimizing the use of plastics, reuse by repurposing them, or recycle by collecting and processing them into new products.
Everyone wants to change the world, but no one wants to change themselves for the world.
How about we change our habits for the world?
And it starts with me and you.
This message is brought to you by Alternative Digitalk.
The Alternative Dig Talk. Real issues, real talk.
Welcome back from that short commercial break. It's still the Mighty Drive, and I am Princess Luwedde. Lilian. In the studios, we have Desire, who is joining us this morning, and also Noah Katiiti, who is also part of the team that is actually here in the studios. We are talking about the East African crude oil pipeline. What is it that the government hasn't set its eyes on? What is it that is actually hidden? What are they not telling us? These are the things these two gentlemen have been talking about in the first hour. And then now in the second hour, we are going to be talking about, of course, now the renewable energy. How feasible, is it applicable in Uganda? So that's the discussion that we're actually having in this second hour, because abakulu batugambye munnange tusobola okukozesa renewable energy, tusobola okukozesa boliawo pichi eza solar nazirabyeko katale, however much si nyingi nnyo, but then abasinga bakyali ku nkola eri tujja genda ku mafuta tunyowa amafuta bagatano bagamutwalo, and then the day goes on. But in a country like Uganda, renewable energy asoboka waneno mu ggwanga bw'otunulira ebbeeyi ya gas oba n'okurefillinga kwennyini, it's quite expensive, and we have Ugandans who can't even afford that. So a discussion yaffe egenda okuba nga ate etambulira bwe twogerako ku nsonga still bwe tudda ku nsonga ya EACOP and how it's going to affect the climate. Abakulu batulaga nti mu biseera eby'omu maaso it's even going to be worse. Right now we don't know the seasons. Tetumanyi season ki ey'okusimba, tetumanyi season ki ey'okusiga, tetumanyi season ki oba oliawo eyaki, because oba wakasimba ate nno munnange nkuba netonnya n'oba nga byosimbye ate togenda kubanga obifuna. But then when we look at the countries esobodde okudevelopinga, ezimu zidevelopinze lw'amafuta, whereby the president is like, these countries should not poke their nose in affairs of Ugandans, and that is the statement Jazenga akola. Aganti mwakulaakulana nga mukulaakulanidde ku mafuta. Let us also kukulaakulana nga ate tukulaakulanidde ku mafuta. So the topical discussion gye tulina olunaku olwaleero era nga ngenda kubanga nzirayo eri abakulu. I think I'm going to start with Desire yasooka on board. Renewable energy. How sustainable is it in Uganda, and how feasible is it actually?
Like how it can work in Uganda? Yeah.
Okubanti, even the prices are high. Cost okurefillinga gas ko kwennyini 6 kg.
Standikirawo.
Yes.
Ku gas. Start from there, from the gas. We are Ugandans.
Yes.
We pay taxes. Can they reduce the cost of gas cylinder? Yes. The government itself, can they invest into gases and they say, let's reduce the cost of gas cylinder? If 6 kg...
N'amasanyalaze gabbeeyi tosobola gafumbako.
Amasanyalaze gava mu Uganda.
Ne tugabirako amawanga agatulira. Yes.
And actually, if you go to Rwanda or Kenya, go there and you ask the unit, how much is unit of electricity? It is more. It is like in Uganda.
It is cheaper.
It is cheaper. In Uganda, it is expensive. In Uganda, it is very expensive. But in other countries, it is very cheap. Actually, in Uganda, they can also invest in gas cylinders, and they say if like 6 kg it is for 150, they can say it is at 100. Yes.
Okay. So wano mu Uganda mukulaba okuko, because bino byonna ebimu kubikozesebwa renewable energies. Okay, bwetwogera nnyo ku gas eri more in the central and then the Kampala metropolitan, I think bwenyezo kitamenga obulungi nti omuntu ali mu kyalo I think they know it's okufumba ze nkunti ajja genda ateme nkuze ajja afumbe.
Actually, we are coming also to those people about the forests, about the deforestation. We're also coming as for that part next time.
Okay, so tusoke tujjawo kino ekya EACOP ne renewable energy gomu advocating in a country like Uganda. Kisoboka?
Yes, it is possible.
Let me come to you, Noah. In a country like Uganda, nga bw'ogirabye nga bwe tukuze tumanyi kyemu enku n'amanda byengeri gye tusobola okufumbamu naye kati mutugamba tudde ku gaasi oba tufumisa amasannyalaze something like that. Is it feasible?
It is very much possible. It is very much possible. I'll clarify on the issue of biogas in rural areas. Biogas is formed through a process of natural, composition of natural elements. For example, these cabbages, these wastes we call wastes here.
Yes.
The ones we call wastes, like the cow dung, anything can do a biogas. So now I think rural areas, they just need to be educated on how to do that and how they can use it such that it shouldn't, in other words, affect them also, because there are always mistakes. Maybe the house might out to lose Mavila forest in particular. It was Mavila forest. So I think biogas, I advocate biogas for rural areas, and this side because we have HEP. HEP can also be used to cook, and other, we speak of executive agencies like NEMA, we speak of ministries that are actually accountable, like Ministry of Water, just of recent I saw accountable. They will do what they are supposed to do. Now, for example, NEMA, the likes of the ministries that are responsible, if they are held accountable, if they are held accountable.
Okuyingira mu nsonga zaffe nga Uganda. What do you make of those statements of the president's comment?
Yes, I remember in if I remember correctly, in than a country benefit, if I'm right, and this shows that it is not about us. It is about go on the streets to demonstrate. Perhaps, if I want to say, because me going on the streets means I'm advocating for that person, that person's right. Now the president coming out and saying that we are bringing in the interests of whites, if I may say, colonialists.
Yes.
That is how we actually said it. We are not being funded by anyone. And
the same question of the president's comments we came to EACOP, and also what decided.
Yeah, about the president.
No, EU bwe nagamba no, abazungu tebalina kubanga bayingira mu nsonga zaffe nga Uganda. Bwe banga bo bakulaakulana ku mafuta they use
the university.
USE.
Yeah, maybe for you benefited.
Because it has invested much more than we have invested, meaning we don't have a big say.
Because nafere ebikola twaite tubirina. But okay, let me come back to you, Desire. What are those long-term effects of this project? Webanga against a mass, webanga tayimiriziddwa. What are those long-term effects as a country that
if it is going to continue like 5 years, so what will happen in the country or in East Africa about the climate change?
Ate ebimu bye tulimu embeera gye tulimu, it's those countries that made it beba bituleetera nti bo bwe baasimira amafuta ffe twali tetunnaba. But now they want to stop these projects nti kati ffe to protecting the environment, protecting aka akasigaddeko akatonotono.
Yes, we have to protect what we have.
But they made the money out of these fossil fuels.
But we can also get money from other from other things. They can also, like Total can invest into solar. They can invest into what? Yeah.
Naye ng'ate nati ne cost z'ebintu bino naye ekyali problem for Ugandans.
Like?
Because kati nga cost y'amasannyalaze.
It is very hard.
Eri waggulu nnyo.
Yeah.
And then we tudda ku gas n'ebirala era still nabyo bikyali waggulu.
So as I have said, the government has a right to say that we have our people. Let's reduce these costs.
Okay. Let me also go back to Noah when it comes to long-term effects of this project that Ugandans don't even know, that Ugandans are not looking at, because fenga bana Uganda essanyu lyonna lye tulina amafuta era tugenda kujja mu sente. President yatugambye next year, actually yali yatugamba 2025 tugenda kutandika okujja mu sente. What are those long term effects is a project eno that Ugandans don't know, because now kati twogerera ku Uganda.
Yes, twogerera ku Uganda, and the long term effects, the long term concerns, actually it draws concern to biodiversity. Biodiversity, we speak of extinction of a lot of species, maybe birds, maybe name it. Now you see carbon emissions, as he said, they distort the environment, and they distort the environment. So now carbon emissions, they open up the zone layer, and we are hit directly by the sun, which is not good actually. It would rather cause desert.
Yes.
Yes, desert, and that is why you see most of the countries actually that do have oil are not every country are desert areas. So in other words, it wouldn't be good for us to extract that oil. And remember, it is not that we are just only extracting and giving out the raw material. We are processing. We are extracting and transporting the raw material.
Yes.
To those that can actually process. We are not processing. We shall only receive the final product, and I don't think we shall benefit much.
So the effects of this ebigenda okuva Uganda agenda kosebwa atya?
There might be, yes, Uganda, there is going to be a long-term effect, on the environment, particularly. If there is, I may say, let's say you have ever seen you have ever seen a water pipe spilling water. Imagine that is oil. Imagine, because now you see, North economy may be somehow, somewhere, but I don't think with a 15% share we are going to benefit anything, because we don't have any big say. And on the other hand, also displacement of people. You cannot be relocated. Are given land, some are not, and of which the biggest percentage is of those that have not been compensated. That is the biggest percentage. So I don't think those that are
the PAPs are not cleared. Will it have any effect or impact?
Yes, it is going to have a very big effect. Someone losing a home, it means losing everything. You have to begin from zero. Imagine someone with around 8 kids having, because you see, we as Uganda, we depend much more on agriculture. Most of, if I may say, peasants, most of the people that are not employed depend much more on agriculture. So dislocating someone to a place that is not fertile as they have been, if they are compensated, but most of them are not, and giving them money that is not worth. Recently, there was a court ruling of 80 people who were demanding for compensation.
Who are not compensated.
Yes, and the court ruled that they shouldn't. Now, that is a very dangerous effect of the pipeline.
Okay, so as we continue with this discussion, back to you, Desire. What are we preserving? Are we getting the profits, or we are supposed to preserve the planet Earth? Should we look at getting the profits?
But what I'm seeing from you, your viewpoint, it's about the profits. Yeah.
No, because I've not said it. I've not, because since you're also advocating for preserving the planet, yes, I also have to be on the other side. But it's not what of the two.
As Katiiti said,
back on track, because when you look at Uganda, with Wavira, Mabega, the forest conservation, Yaliwonyo, and everything.
Demarcations for that forest. Now we are back on the track for where wetlands. Leave alone being in EACOP, but we are advocating for other.
But NEMA is working, and when NEMA is working, Ugandans are saying NEMA eritunyigiriza. Because we babanga Lubiji babagobawo. abasima omusenyu still in Luwedde.
Yes.
Nabo it's the same thing.
Yeah.
Kubagobawo.
Yes.
Then I think nabalimu omuchere it's the same thing.
No, balimu omuchere bakyaliyo.
Abamu bagobwawo.
No,
there is a company ekyaliwo.
Yes.
Ekyalimirawo omuchere.
Chinese company.
Still n'okusima omusenyu the same thing.
Yeah, that's what we are protesting.
When nyine abamanyi you're not spreading the message.
We are spreading the message, but in the service, like wherever you're spreading the message, it's when we are arrested. Yes. Wherever you go on the street, because no people can't.
Because now, if someone who has not seen you on the streets, they can't know the message you spread.
Yes. There's no way I'm going to convince you from here that this is this one is being destroyed, this is being destroyed without seeing me in where on the street involved. Yeah.
No, my point is, if someone has not seen you on the news that you've been on the streets, they can't know the message you're spreading. Have you gone down like on the ground?
On the ground
to spread the message.
Yeah, we have gone there. We have gone there. We have told people. People they know what it means by EACOP. Yeah.
Okay.
And the effects and the profits. We have told them everything. Yeah. They know the effects and they know the what? The profit side. Yeah.
Okay.
And we also know the profit side. Yeah.
Let me come back to you shortly. Let me go back to Noah. Noah.
Yes.
Is it that the message has not sunk in the Ugandans when it comes to protecting the environment and conserving the environment as well?
I think so, because now for us, like activists, like any other civil society organization or movement, we only do the topmost part. Yes, we only do when things have gone worse. That is when we come in. However, we do have community-based activities where we go and advocate for climate. We teach people how they can handle human and environmental mitigations, and all that, how they can associate and all that, how they can associate and avoid extinction of some species.
Because most of these things move your Luzungu, and the local person may not understand. And the local person may not understand. And these are the people who are going to be affected. And these are the people who are going to be affected in the long run.
Yes, however, it is not
in the long run.
Yes, however, it is not our mandate. It is the mandate of certain government agencies. It is them that are supposed to. It is them that are supposed to go down on the grassroots to educate people. Go down on the grassroots to educate people how they are supposed to treat certain. Because now those living, I will give you an example to treat certain. Because now those living, I will give you an example of those living near national parks. Wild animals, for example, national parks. Wild animals, for example, elephants, hippos, they always invade their crops. How I suppose elephants, hippos, they always invade their crops. How I suppose, okay, now if you happen to come across an elephant in your garden, what would you do? That is what they are supposed to do. And we have always gone to mitigate that human supposed to do. And we have always gone to mitigate that human-wide conflict, to mitigate, you understand, on ground. Yes, we have done our part.
The message that you take to these people, is it in the local language? Or
yeah, it is always in the local language.
Because I understand very much when you interpret the message in my local language. But then if you leave if you state these things in English, a lot of people are going to be left out.
I am not good at Luganda.
No, it's very fine. But then now the people that you take the message to.
We always we use local language.
Okay, so what is your call to the government right now when it comes
our prayer would be, has anyone benefited? Yes, some jobs, but I don't think, because
what will end up benefiting?
No, according to the reports released by UNOC and other, and also advance their experience, those engineers at Makerere and other universities perhaps, and other universities in East Africa.
My call to the government is, actually, they should invest into clean energy. The church and single kulemerako. Yeah.
Ate call to the Ugandans.
Ugandans, like other people, they don't know even what it means by being an activist. Whenever we go on the street to protest, you know, in Uganda Constitution there is a constitution that say the article for what? for protesting. Is it for protesting for like expressing yourself? When I'm protesting,
that is freedom of expression.
Yeah, freedom of expression. I'm expressing what it is, what hurts me. Yeah.
What is also your call to the security operatives? Ababa Kwata.
Those people, they should not arrest us. They should leave us and we deliver the petition to where it is going. Because sometimes we don't even reach there. We'll be moving and they arrest us. Yes, before even delivering what we have. At times we reach at the police station and they say, how heavy is that petition? Can it be carried by one person? No, it's a move.
No,
with
the placards and
no. Maybe you have never followed our demonstrations. Peacefully.
I've seen them, yes.
Yes, peacefully. We don't make noise. We raise our banners. Stop EACOP. We move. Only that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Your closing remarks as we end the show.
First of all, I want to thank you, presenter, and the person in the system for this time.
Okay.
Actually, we have benefited from it. People have learned. Those who are on the YouTube channel, and other activists there behind who are following us. That we are not going to stop this move.
Even the energy that
we also want to engage in. We also want to engage in. We are also available.